All right, good morning, traders. Today is September 26, 2023. My name is John Carrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. My SPY pivot this morning is 430.70. Above, I'm a bull. Below, I'm a bear. All four indices and the FNGU are in daily downtrends. I'll be watching the M patterns and the head and shoulders patterns. I'll be watching the M patterns for those battle zones to start to form, and then I'll be watching the head and shoulders patterns on the indices for those neckline breaks. US dollars grinding higher up to the 106 level. USO, that's crude oil, has started a bull flag on the daily chart. UNG still stuck in the daily chart consolidation zone between 650 and 8. SLV still consolidating on the daily chart over the 2050 level. GLD still consolidating on the daily chart over 175. Today will be the sixth price advancement candle for the MMRP pattern on the daily chart of the SPY. Not saying we're going to get it. It's a possibility. All right. I only count on 3. Occasionally you can get up to 8, 12. We'll see what happens. But that's where we're at right now. So let's go look at some charts. And take that down. All right. Let's take a look at, here's the US dollar index right here. So we'll take a look at that first. Right, you can see, let's take this off, take that off, get some tools. All right, so here's price action right here, and started down here. We went through minor resistance here, minor resistance there, major resistance here, major resistance there. And we are now flirting with the major resistance up here at the 106 level. All right, so dollar really strong here, blasting through all of this resistance levels right here. It didn't even stop for a cup of coffee. Well, they stopped for a cup of coffee here, and then they got back on the road and started traveling further down the road. Good morning, Julie. So here we are with the US dollar index. Very bullish. We got to keep an eye on this. Okay? This is what is gonna affect our, especially our international big cap companies that do business all over the world, because this makes the U.S. dollar more expensive. It makes their goods and services more expensive and less competitive around the globe against other foreign nations that can sell their goods and services for less. So this is something that we keep an eye on, because this will affect how business is conducted in the future, how much inventory they want to have on hand, how much inventory they want to allocate for the future. So this has an impact on what's going on with the global sales and service. So that's the US dollar. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. Get rid of that. Take a look at the economic calendar. All right, yesterday was a very light day. Today we've got consumer confidence coming out at 10 a.m. New home sales coming out at 10 a.m. And it looks like we've got a Fed speaker at 1:30. All right, tomorrow we get durable goods at 8:30. Petroleum status at 10:30. The big one's GDP at 8:30 on Thursday. Jobless claims also 8:30 on Thursday. Other than that, pretty light week as far as economic data goes. Earnings calendar, and this evening we're gonna have Costco, 247 billion. So that should have an impact on the markets, especially the retail sector. Cintas. That's a measurement of probably how business is doing in the USA. I think they provide uniforms for a lot of companies, among other things. I don't think uniforms are their only thing, but they wash and launder uniforms for the workforce especially the blue-collar workforce. I don't know if it's global, but I know it's across the U.S. So they came out this morning. They'll be coming out with earnings this morning, Cintas. We'll see how they do. So let's go look at some charts. So let's take a look at the SPY. All right, here's yesterday's price. Lower low, lower low, lower high on the daily chart. You got the M pattern showing up, or you could call it the head and shoulders pattern is showing up. This is the neckline right here. Okay, this gold one, that's the neckline. So you can see we flirted with the neckline yesterday. We'll take a look at that on the 10-minute. All right, here we are in the 10-minute. You can see here's the price action moving up to 430.70 right here. All right, and here's the price action coming down and holding on 430.70. So 430.70 is going to be my pivot today. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. And you can see here we have a downtrend line forming over the past 2 days, actually 3 days. They were unable to break that in the pre-market and post-market. So we'll see if they can get back up there. Yesterday, we had a target of BYOB right here, which was right about 432.22. We got up there. I'll just say price went up a little bit higher, but in the overnight session, it came back down here to 430.94. So there we are with SPY. So yesterday, traders took the SPY calls to make some good money right up to gap fill. We called it out in the room. Some traders took it. So we got some gap fill right there. Then we also took the breakout of the pullback. Some traders took that. Other traders took the pop right back up here to VWAP. I had my circle on that all day as a target for a breakout up there. Other people bought the neckline test. This is the neckline right there. You can see here's a test of the neckline. And they bought the neckline test and rode it all the way up to the VWAP. So a lot of good money made yesterday on SPY calls right there. We did add to our SPY spreads. We have some put spreads and some call spreads. We have some put spreads down here at 420, and we have some call spreads up at 445. So we added to a few more of those on SPY. Let's go take a look at. Let's go back to the daily chart just for a second here, so you can see. Okay, so here's daily chart: lower low, lower high, daily downtrend, no question about it. All right. Price still far away from our trend indicator, way back here. All right, you can see here's the 3 EMA is down here on that line, and we've got the 8 EMA kind of hanging out in the middle between the 3 and the trend indicator. Still a whole lot of space between the trend indicator and the price action. So I'm looking for probably a battle zone to break out over here, probably over the neckline. We'll see how long they can hold it over the neckline. We start closing candles underneath the neckline. We could see a breakdown to the 420 level, maybe even the 416. So we'll see what it wants to do today. It's a very light week as far as economic data is coming out. So, and a light week for earnings. So I don't know what would inspire it, other than the dollar possibly pulling back would maybe cause, or the dollar grinding forward could cause this to break the neckline. If the dollar keeps grinding up higher, it's not gonna be good for companies. So that's going to reduce profits, and you could see a further breakdown of the SPY, possibly closing candles underneath the neckline here on the SPY. So we've got that M pattern, also got that head and shoulders pattern. So we're looking for those neckline breaks and those battle zones to form. So there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. Here we are with QQQ, also kind of an M pattern. We'll look at this, wait for that battle zone to form over to the right, over here. Now you can see here's QQQ, there's a high, there's a lower high, there's a lower low, there's the other low. One low, lower low. QQQ in a daily downtrend. We're at a critical point here. This is the apex. If that breaks, there's a chance price falls apart, all the way back down to support. First level of support is going to be, or real level of support, 324.16, 324 area, right around there. That's QQQ. Now we'll take a look at, you can see QQQ, yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low. Things not looking good. A lot of space between trend indicator and the price action. So we'll see if this is going to form a battle zone for a week or two, right through here. There's QQQ right on top of this neckline here. Now let's take a look at FNGU. Right now, this is the one that kind of moves and jerks SPY and QQQ around. So they had a head and shoulders back here, and you can see they broke that. This was their head and shoulders right through there. And you can see they broke down and they came back and they've tested the backside of their head and shoulders neckline. And you can see here they are in an H pattern rollover. Now this could be a possible M pattern playing out. And this would be the first part, the second, and then right there, this being the apex right there. So we may see a battle zone form right over here to the right, especially right at this apex. When that apex breaks, you're looking at like probably some selling to happen. So we'll see what happens here. If they can hold this, if they can hold the apex right there, that'll be good for the bulls. So let's go zoom out for just a second so I can see what's over here. Yeah, they don't have support until, right through here. That's their support area for FNGU. So breaking through this level here, probably going to get, a visit to this right here. There's FNGU. Let's take a look at IWM. All right, here's IWM on the daily chart. You can see right here. Let me get a clean chart for you, especially one a little bit cleaner. Okay, so you've got the left shoulder here, the right shoulder here. This is the neckline. You have a neckline break right into consolidation right over here. Okay, so I'll zoom out so you can see that. Trash that. So you can see we've got all of this consolidation through here. And you can see we got a little bounce here yesterday on IWM. But this is the neckline. We had a neckline break. There's the right shoulder, left shoulder. All of this is the head. And you got that neckline break. So IWM in a daily downtrend, lower high right here, and lower low down here. Okay? A lot of space between price action and trend indicator. Probably form a bear flag while trend indicator catches up to it. That's what I would expect. You got a whole lot of consolidation. This is probably going to hold up price for maybe a good week or two right through here. There's IWM. Now let's take a look at Diamond Dow. All right, here's Diamond Dow, and you have we have a neckline right through here. And you can see Diamond Dow has broken the neckline. Let me see if I can find a cleaner chart for you. Let's try that. There's the neckline. There's the neckline break. Of course, you're right into consolidation, just like the IWM. So again, I would expect price action to probably form a battle zone right over in this area over here to the right, probably right through here, kind of hanging up on the support that's probably existing right through all of this area right here. All right, and then of course, if they break through that battle zone, they may even just come all the way down to the support area and then come back up here and test the backside of the neckline. So there's diamond down, daily downtrend. As you can see, price, lower high, lower low. A lot of space inside between the trend indicator and the price action. Things not looking good for Diamond Dow either. So another indice again with a neckline break and a lot of space between the trend indicator and just not looking good. In a daily downtrend. Of course, we got lower highs right here. It's a lower high. And then we've also got lower lows right there. All right. We trash that. Let's go take a look at our T21 indicators. So here's our T21.22. This is the 15-minute. You can see we hung out in the sell zone and the oversold zone most of yesterday. So looking for maybe price action to make it up into the chop zone sometime today, we'll see, or maybe back into the oversold. But right now, bears are in control. All right, so we got chop zone, sell zone, oversold zone. Right now, bears have the edge. If we look at our T21.23, trend indicator was red all day. Okay, that confirms right there. All right, bears have the ball. They're making first downs right through here. You can see red all day long. All right, T21.23 3-bar chart. Whole lot of space in the 3-bar chart between the price action and the trend indicator back here. All right, so bulls got a lot of work to do. Bears have done a lot of damage technically to our charts. Let's go take a peek at FNGU because this is what moves the SPY and the QQQ. So here's the price action for FNGU yesterday. A little bit of selling, just kind of trying to hold the price at a level. And the bulls came in and just kind of moved it up just ever so slightly, trying to get back over this downtrend line right there. And where does that downtrend line start? All the way back at the highs right there. So I'd like to see price climb back into this channel. This is the channel from the highs, taking the secondary highs right off of the primary highs right here. So this is the downtrend line off the primary highs. This is the downtrend line off of the secondary highs. So I'd like to see FNGU climb into back into this channel with the secondary highs. And you can see they're trying with a little bit of green there. We had some green this day, had some green this day. Looks like they really want to hold this 140, 145 level. So we'll see what happens. We're going to need some good numbers, some good news, some good stuff coming out of FNGU. Now keep in mind, FNGU only has about 10 products in it. Let me see if I can find that for you real quick. And I may have it on hand or I may not. Here we are. Let's open this up. All right, if you want to know what's in the FNGU, I will give you the 10 stocks that are in it. And they're all about 10%. Or are all about 10% each. All right, you got Meta is 12% of the FNGU. Tesla, about 12% of the FNGU. Nvidia is about 11% of the FNGU. AMD, 10%. Netflix, 10%. Apple, 9%. Amazon, 9%. Snowflake, 9%. Microsoft 9 and Google 9 right there. So you can see these big cap companies right there. These are the heavyweights in SPY and QQQ. And all 10 of those tend to jerk the market indices around, especially the QQQ and the SPY, because they've decided to overweight these, or heavyweight these inside of their indices. So it tends to move those two products around if these 10 stocks get together and start moving up or down. So there's FNGU Holdings. I will post that in the chat for everybody. Good morning, Lenny. Good morning. Good morning, Sonny. So I'm going to move this back over here, and we'll get my other chart up. Didn't want that. No, back over here. And this is the one we want. All right. So now let's go take a look at, let's get back to the other chart. Let's go take a look at XLF. All right. XLF was doing very good for us. And it was in a nice uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. Now we're in a situation where XLF is now making lower highs and lower lows. So XLF in a downtrend. Now there was a point where the bulls needed to break the downtrend. So here we are. Here's the downtrend line, and the bulls needed to break out of that downtrend line. They failed. Well, they got close. Not that day, not that day, not... There it is. Okay. Bulls trying to break this downtrend line right here. And they got it out there, up to the 35 level. And then price action came all the way back in and broke the backside of this downtrend line. All right, so the Bears need to break this uptrend line right here. All right, so we've got a daily downtrend. We'll see if they get it done. But this is XLF. But XLF was looking good after breaking through this last week, breaking through the downtrend line, but hit resistance and came back. So we'll see if they can spin things around today, start heading back up over that trendicator sometime this week. A little bit of work to do there for the XLF. Let's take a look at SMH. All right, here's our semiconductors. You can see here's the semiconductors. Not doing too bad yesterday. Got a lower low, and we got slightly lower high. So, but all in all, kind of bear flagging right through here. Still a lot of work to do. They need to start working their way back up towards the trendicator. But here is the uptrend line, and you can see price action piercing and closing a candle here below the uptrend line. So not a good sign for SMH. They really need to get this back up over that uptrend line. Like I said, bears have done a lot of damage technically to our charts. So here's SMH, was in a bull flag right through here. Breaking the bottom of this bull flag would not be good for SMH. So you can see they're already breaking the uptrend line and breaking through the bottom of the bull flag. So not a good sign for the markets. There's the techs, SMH. And we'll take a look at one last one, transports. All right, so here's transports. And here's the transports making a lower high and a lower low. So we have a low here, lower high, and a lower low, all the way back to the 200, right back here. So we'll see if we can get a bounce. We do have some support coming up here, right through this level right here. All right, so if they want to break down a little bit more, they have some room to go, but they will be right into minor support back here. But IYT transports have been just falling apart since this August high on the 1st of August. So we'll see what they got. And you can see yesterday's price action. We're in a downtrend daily, lower high and lower low right there. All right, so that's our markets. And I want to thank everybody for being here this morning. I want to thank everybody out there in YouTube land. We made some good money yesterday. I hope you guys consider a membership if you're in YouTube land. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like our content. Right now, I'm going to take questions in the room and I'm going to render the recording.